I'm Lily.
And I'm Kiev. And welcome to the portal of our minds.
Partner.
I'm ready to talk. The wind is speaking.
The wind is speaking through my voice. Take care of this planet.
Ooh.
You chilly?
No. I feel like I'm in a movie.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another piece of our minds.
And today what we have for you is how changing your perception changes your life. Dun dun dun.
So let's just dive right in.
Woo!
Perceptions, bro. We all have different perceptions.
No,
And
first of all, let's talk about the perception before the shift in consciousness and what that's like.
Okay. All right, so what, do you have an example? Do you want to start it off then?
Example number 1. You go to work, you come home, you eat, you go back to sleep, you do it all over again. And that's just what you think your life is all about. That is your perception on reality. That is not the perception of your reality.
Wait, does that make sense? Perception? Perspective?
See, now you need to
See,
know.
now I don't know. Perspective? That's your perspective? That's your perception? Yeah, perception makes sense.
Perception.
That makes sense.
We gonna get this
I've
worked
used
out.
the word perception so many times today that it's starting not to sound like a word.
Oh, I love that. That's funny. It makes you really question everything. Like how life should be. You should always question.
Okay, so
Don't dwell on thoughts.
let me give you an example about perception, how it can change your life. All right, for example, you get your bill in the mail, right? Or wherever you get your bills, and you have to pay it. A lot of us, the way we perceive bills is like, ugh, bills. I don't want to pay bills. I hate bills.
I'm
I wish I
losing
didn't
money.
have bills. I'm losing money. Yes. So when you perceive things in that way, you're going to stay in lack because you're attracting that lack mentality, that negative sort of mentality towards your bills. But if you say, oh, I got my bills. Oh my God, I'm so grateful that I have money to pay my bills. That's amazing. I'm going to pay it and it's going to feel so good to have
I'm gonna
them
be
paid.
good.
And yeah, and just feel, just feel my face. And just feel blessed for that. You're changing your perception, opening different doors for abundance to come into your life. You see what I'm saying?
No, what we saying?
See what I'm saying? See, this is something that we have been doing and we have been practicing, and it makes a tremendous difference because when you start to perceive things in a positive manner rather than a negative manner, and you can take any negative situation and turn it positive. For example, someone's going so slow in front of you in traffic, and you just want to
Think about this.
and you just want to
Or ride their ass, you know?
ride their ass.
Or sit back and lay on the horn.
But think about this. Think about this. If they were going just even a millisecond faster, you would have.
There's a possibility you could have gotten in an accident, gotten pulled over.
That car could have been saving your life. You know, you just never know. And that is things that have happened, like that I've seen in my life before. Like I'm running late, and then there's a slow car in front of me, and then I see an accident, like where I would have been at that time if I left on time. You know, so it's like the way you perceive things can really change your day, and it can change your attitude, and it can change your vibration. Because when you start to perceive things in a positive manner, little by little you start to perceive everything in a positive manner, and then little by little more abundance starts to come into your life, because that's like the law of attraction. It all kind of
Everything
plays in
happens
one.
for a reason. Everything
Yes.
happens in divine order. Everything that's happening is meant to happen. You are where you're meant to be.
Yes.
Your perception on reality, like she said, if you think of it from a positive perspective all the time, think of it as a lesson rather than a curse. It ultimately changes your whole life.
It does.
If you think like she said, you get like, say you get that feeling when you get your paycheck out, ooh, I got money, and then your bills come up and you're like, oh, you're not gonna ever keep having money. That paycheck that comes in is gonna go right out the door again. But if you're like, oh, I'm so glad I got my paycheck on time, I'm so glad I have the money now to pay my bills, even though you may not have enough money left over to do the things you want, at least you had the most important things paid for. And that's all that matters.
Grateful for what you have, because if you're not grateful for what you have, you're gonna lose what
You're
you
gonna
have.
attract less.
You're gonna attract less. But the more grateful you are about the abundance that you have in your life, the more abundance you're gonna attract into your life.
And I know people are gonna be like, well, what about, this is a good example. But if someone in your family members happens to pass away, everyone wants to grieve. Everyone wants to be so sad. But you got to realize that person lived their whole life like the time they were meant to be on this earth, regardless of the situation and how their life ended. Everything, like, it's supposed to be a celebration of life. You're supposed to celebrate their life.
That's a very touchy subject to talk about. People love to bring things up like this when we talk about like manifestation or law of attraction and things like this. People have to be like, well, then why did this have to happen? But people sign up for their times here on the planet. Some people sign up for a short life here on the planet, and that's like
because they know it's going to be an impact on everyone else's life.
Another video, yeah.
It really can be. I mean, this video is literally just talking about
how to change your perception.
How to change your perception in order to change your life.
And in order to see things in a positive way.
Once you start changing your perception, when it starts with the littlest things, it starts gradually, you start appreciating more of the bigger things that normally would bring you down. You start appreciating it more. And then, therefore, the universe will give you more in return. They're like, okay, so you're taking what I'm giving to you is a lesson. So I'm going to gift you with an actual reward. I'm going to give you the fruits that you want and you deserve for persevering and pushing through everything that you went through, you know? And it just, it wholeheartedly makes you feel so much better.
And when you start to apply this and you start to see the magic that happens, it just makes you keep doing it. Like, it's exciting. It's amazing. Like, this world that we live in, if you see it as this dark place that's, you know, then it's going to be a dark place for you. But if you see it as a beautiful, magical place, then it's going to be a beautiful, magical place for you.
If you look at the negatives of everything in life, it's going to bring you into the negative of life.
Yeah, and that's how changing your perspective is going to change your life.
If you literally, like, look at all the people who truly love you and stop thinking about the people who don't love you anymore.
Stop giving your attention to the things that don't matter.
It ultimately changes.
What you focus on grows. So if you're focusing on the negative is going to grow. If you're focusing on the positive things in your life are going to grow. And isn't that beautiful that we have the, what's it called?
I'm at a loss.
Free will.
We
have free will to choose on what we focus on. So use
it to your advantage.
Use it wisely. Use that free will wisely.
Don't try not to dwell in the past. Leave those bad memories behind. You got to drain out that bad energy. Like Juice WRLD said, drain out the bad energy, let go of the bad memories, and your life will be better.
Yes, that's like goes into shadow work as well, because once you can let go of the negative, you're literally
embracing the positive.
You're literally making room for the positive. Yeah,
it's so exciting. I promise you, life will be so much better. I promise. Regardless of how much money you have, money doesn't matter. Money can't make you happy. I mean, it could bring you like short happiness. Like when you get a new car, you get so giddy and you're so happy for the first few months, and then it just becomes another daily thing. It just becomes another car that you just drive.
And you can ask any like millionaire that. I mean, I've heard it like in the songs. You know, after that first million comes, it's like it's exciting, and then it's just the norm. But if you can keep being grateful for what you do have, you will receive more. If you are not grateful for what you already have, you are going to lose what you already have.
If you're not grateful for what you have and you continue to ask for more, you're going to lose what you actually already have.
Well, that's greed right there. If you're not grateful for what you have and ask for more, that kind of falls into the greed.
Rather than getting that $1 million and not saying thank you, and then you go and be like, I wish I had another $1 million so I could go do this. Why don't you just be grateful for the $1 million you have and start investing in certain things that are going to increase your flow of wealth.
Do what you love. Do what you love.
Do what you love,
happy.
Baby.
Don't worry. Be happy.
Don't worry. Be happy. Because every little thing gonna be alright. Yeah. Speak to me, child.
But with that being said, I mean, there's a lot of things we could talk about with perception, but we're just gonna end it off.
We can go on and on and on.
Here.
We got all the time in the world, because guess what? Time don't exist, baby. But on that note, we peace. Love you guys.
We out.